see the Margalla Hills National Park, which is one of the only national park of Pakistan. But due to the unawareness and the eco threats and the anthropogenic threats are the social threats to this ecosystem. Here you see as a fire, we destroy our ecosystem. That is also environment destroying. So this is the time that the community, especially the plant sciences students, the nature lovers, protect our ecosystem. So I request Dr. Rani Faryaz to highlight some important areas of the microbes with respect to the environment.
I just say that protecting the environment is protecting yourself. If you want to live, you have to protect the environment. And one of the important things, looking at the deforestation is taking place. At the same time, we are not seeing the invisible diversity, which is the microbial diversity. And why do we need the microbial diversity? They are the decomposer. They are the sustainer of the biogeochemical cycle. All our cycles, whether we have hydrological cycle, carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, sulfur cycle, all cycles are done by that. So I think so you should, especially for the future generation, one of the important things is we are having scarcity of the water, and that scarcity of the water is also linked by these things. Although to us it seems that they are unrelated, but they are related.
Especially the Department of Plant Sciences is going to aware the community about the ecosystem threats, biodiversity threats, environment threats. Now I request Dr. Malka Saba. She is also an environment botanist that is working with a close association of the fungal biodiversity with the trees and number of the plant diversity that is mutually symbiotically associated with fungi.
We should need to conserve the biodiversity for maintenance of our ecosystem as well as our environment. Fungal diversity or fungi is also one of the kingdom which is playing important role not in our environment but also in our ecosystem, and they're playing 7 important roles. For example, they are decomposers, as already madam said that decomposer, they're playing important role in the recycling of nutrients, as well as they are also mycorrhizal in nature, and the mycorrhizal association necessary for the survival of the forest trees in our forest ecosystem. And we are also using fungi in our daily lives, like for food purposes as well as in pharmaceutical industries. So fungi, they are playing several important roles in our lives, in our ecosystem, in our environment. So their diversity conservation is very important to maintain a healthy life on our ecosystem.
Thank you so much. So we request Dr. Ghazala to highlight this day with respect to these students for their encouragement.
Yeah, I think it was a very nice effort. All the students presented the biodiversity issues. They highlighted the biodiversity issues in a very impressive way, and it was impressive for me to see that there are some points. They are well aware of the situation, just like we see that there is fire in the Margalla Hills. So they are aware of the problem. So this is very important. We can solve the issue once if they are aware of the problem.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ghazala. We have another very young student, that is Yahya. He is a BA student and he has a experience of the Lal Swanara Park in Bahawalpur. So he will share the experience of the biodiversity threats, conservations and environment.
I belong to Bahawalpur from South Punjab, and Lal Swanara National Park is built to conserve this species that is in danger in South Punjab. And basically, Lal Swanara National Park is built to protect the species like Caprese, Caryophyllaceae, Sacrophyllariaceae, and fat animals such as black bucks and rhino. And last rhino was in the Lal Swanara National Park. It just died before last year, I think. So there are different species that are in danger, and the different.
Now there is no rhino in Lal. So he explained about the very important species of the animals, rhino. That was the only one individual that was left in a Lal Swanara Park, but now that is died. So it is the very important area that he explained that we must protect the biodiversity of the animals, especially the very unique, endangered and critically endangered species.
So is also in our area.
Another important birds. If we destroy the biodiversity, if we destroy the environment, basically we are destroying our lives, we are destroying our future. So for the policymakers who are sitting in parliamentarians and number of the policymakers in Ministry of Environment, Forestry, Agriculture, they think about, they practically act to control these destroying agents. Otherwise, our country will face a number of the problems like global warming, high temperature, acid rains, and environment destruction. So this is the theme. On this day, we must aware our communities, our policy makers to take practical measures to protect the environment, to protect the biodiversity. Because when we protect the biodiversity, actually we protect our life.